Are you looking for a better and healthier pick-me-up during your day or before your workout? Give Neon Energy Drink a try. Neon provides a boost but without that unwanted crash and is formulated with natural sugars from 24% fruit juice concentrate, over 100% of 6 essential recommended B vitamins, and caffeine that is produced by natural green tea extract. So get a better boost from Neon Energy Drink today. Go to saradonnafrio.bodybyvi.com and enter promo code 3941356 to place your order.
Hey, this is Kevin Kelly, the voice of Ring of Honor Wrestling, and you are listening to 3 Count Thursday. You got it? 3 Count Thursday. Make it happen.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are live on a special Sunday night podcast 3CT with the 3 Count Thursday team. I'm your host, Jim. We have Matt and Ryan on the call with us. Just a reminder that we are on our home network, ngscsports.com, where we never stop. Make sure you visit the site for all the shows, all the written content, and much, much more. If you want to podcast all of the shows that are on NGSC Sport, go to Spreaker, iHeartRadio, and the TuneIn Radio app and search NGSC. 3 Count Thursday is a proud partner of WrestlingInformant247.com. Make sure you visit the site there and check out not only our show, but Wrestling Informant Radio, Outside Interference, Ring Geek, and much, much more. That is, again, WrestlingInformant247.com. We have you can podcast us directly by searching 3 Count Thursday in your podcast store. That is always the number 3 Count Thursday, and that it goes the same for our social media accounts. We are at 3 Count Thursday on Twitter, Instagram, and Periscope, and also Facebook.com/3 Count Thursday. First, bring in our co-host, Ryan. Ryan, good evening.
Big Jim, thank you for the wonderful introduction. And folks, remember, it is always the number 3, never the word 3. So it's at the number 3 Count Thursday on all the social medias, Facebook.com/3 Count Thursday. Jim, very excited to be with you on a very special podcast, 3CT, Sunday night. We usually podcast Thursdays. We're making a special exception tonight.
For like the fourth straight week.
week. Sure, but great reason to do it tonight. Let's bring in Matt.
Yes, let's bring in Matt. We take him off a hold there. Matt, good evening. How are you?
How's it going, guys? Very excited for this edition of our 3CT Sunday. Looking forward to the guest that we have tonight, and always a good reason to do it on Sunday if you have a guest like this.
Absolutely. We had a very busy weekend. We'll get to all of that, but let's get all. We're done with all the jibber jabber. Let's get right to our guest. She is Giorgia Piscina. She was a contestant this season on Tough Enough. Giorgia, good evening. Welcome. How are you?
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be speaking with you all from down under.
Live from Australia, Giorgia. Thank you again for joining us tonight.
No worries.
Actually, I guess we should
on?
be saying good morning to you.
Good morning, sure.
It is night here,
I know,
but morning.
Exactly. It's my morning here. I'm about to go train after this, so I'm ready to go.
Very good. Well, we'll get right to the questions then. Just let everyone know, obviously, all of us in the wrestling world got to know you through Tough Enough. Just give a little bit of background on yourself. Did you watch wrestling growing up? And if so, what is the exposure to professional wrestling like in Australia?
Yeah, well, definitely there's a huge fan base over here in Australia. Obviously, there's been a tour recently here in Brisbane, my hometown, in Sydney, in Melbourne, which had a great response. I definitely was a fan growing up, back when it was WWF. My favorite wrestler was Rey Mysterio, and I kind of lost connection growing up in my teens, but the last couple of years, I've been watching Total Divas. I'm, like, obsessed with it. And that kind of brought me back into the WWE, the wrestling side of things. I wanted to see what the girls were doing in the ring. So my background personally is in gymnastics, in competitive cheerleading, in fitness modeling. So I think all of those things kind of like prepared me well for this competition because they all have skills that contribute to being a diva.
Okay, you had said that the background in gymnastics, cheerleading, bodybuilding as well.
Yes.
Did that make it for a much easier transaction into wrestling? And what was the biggest challenge that you had in terms of taking on this new sport?
Yeah, I believe they definitely helped me, that background. I feel like I picked a lot of the in-ring stuff up quite quickly compared to the other girls. Having that flexibility and fitness, I guess, that probably helped me win lots of those challenges. The hardest part for me, well, probably, I'm a perfectionist, so I like to get things first time. And I had to kind of sit back and realize that things weren't going to come first time because this is a brand new thing for me. I hadn't done any wrestling before. I had no wrestling experience. And then when Chelsea came into the competition, she had a lot of experience in wrestling, and it was frustrating to me that she could just do everything, and I wasn't the best anymore. So, it was just kind of having patience. That was the hardest part for me.
Okay, yeah, there's not much natural about taking a bump in a wrestling ring, landing flat on your back. You want to brace yourself, so you have to untrain yourself on how you would normally fall into a wrestling ring.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Lita was saying to me that maybe my downfall is I was too graceful in the ring. She said that I need to drop the gymnastics kind of everything. She said I made look pretty. So she wanted me to be a bit more like rough and ready, like look like a fighter. So that's what probably I struggled with most is making it look a bit more messy. But I think that will come with time.
So kind of to go off that, you were a WBFF bikini model, Citizen Zeus athlete.
Yes.
How did that training for those two things help you prepare for Tough Enough? And then, what's the main difference in training for the ring versus training for the fitness aspect?
Well, it helped me because when you do bodybuilding, the sacrifices you have to make for it are huge. You have to stick to a training regime and a diet regime, and it's hard. It's hard mentally and physically, and
right.
That helped me because Tough Enough is definitely hard physically, but it was mentally tough as well, and you needed both those aspects to make it through the competition. So I think that prepared me nicely, but I think that it's quite similar in a way because, at the end of the day, we're performing in both. You're
right.
on the stage, you're in the spotlight, and you're trying to entertain. So, I think they have similarities.
Okay, now, obviously, when we have been introduced to you through Tough Enough, we knew that you had a modeling background, and you had part of your career was modeling athletic wear. Did you ever see yourself getting involved in something like Tough Enough, and what drew you to that show and actually made you decide to audition for the show?
Well, when I actually found out about Tough Enough through a Facebook status. So to me, it's like I believe in fate. I believe in destiny. I believe that things happen for a reason. And if I hadn't become a part of the WBFF, which is World Beauty, Fitness and Fashion Federation, then I wouldn't have seen that status. It seems as though the WWE contacted the WBFF to see if anyone would be interested in applying. And so they put up a status. I saw it. I put in my application, and the rest was history. So I really do feel like things happen for a reason. And as soon as I saw that status, I knew that I'd be great at this, So I just wanted to get in so bad. And when I found out that I'd been called back, I was just ecstatic. I was running around the house like crazy, screaming. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. I mean, I think over 11,000 people applied, and to make it even to the final 40 at the mini camp was a huge accomplishment. So to make it to the final 3 girls, I'm very proud and happy that I got to have that experience.
No, and that's something I think you definitely should be proud of with the talent that we did see there. Living so far away and being in Australia, did you feel that you might have had a tougher time with the audition and application process for the show? I mean, beyond the Facebook video, do you think that the distance would have hindered your way more than any other entrant?
Yeah, I mean, all the other people on the show were American, except for Chelsea that came in later. She came from Canada. I don't know. I thought hopefully they're looking for people from all over the world, you know, and trying to expand WWE everywhere, not just in America. So I was hopeful. But like you said, so many people applied. Like I didn't know what my chances were like, and I hoped that my video would show how bad I wanted it, and I'm just happy that they picked me.
Oh, sure. Now, when you got into that final cut and you came to the United States and had I think you were in the top 40.
Yeah.
When you were traveling over here, was there any fear in your mind of, maybe you don't make the cut, and if you hadn't made the cut at that point, would you have felt that the process I don't want to say it was a wasted time, but that's a lot of travel and a lot of time, or were you just very open to the whole experience regardless of what happened at the Performance Center?
Yeah, see, my parents have taught me, like, in life, you've got to be a yes person. You've got to be a doer. You've got to go out and take every opportunity. So when this came about, of course, I mean, traveling 20 hours to not even know if you make the final cut was a huge risk. But as if I wouldn't, I've been given the opportunity, and lots of people would kill for this opportunity. So there wasn't a doubt, it wasn't even a question whether I was going to go back to the call-outs. I knew I was going regardless. I was worried that perhaps I didn't make the cut, and to come home 2 days later with my family and friends supporting me, I thought, oh God, that would be a bit embarrassing. But thankfully, I worked hard in that mini camp and was able to secure my position.
Now, can you describe life in the barracks for you? What was your day-to-day? We've heard some wrestlers left on the weekends, went home. You obviously could not do that. Was there homesickness at all while you were away, or how did you keep yourself busy?
Yeah, well, my family and I are extremely close. We work together in the family business. We spend lots of our free time together. So I was worried about that initially, that I would miss home. But as soon as I arrived, it was go, 24/7. We didn't have too much downtime. So I was so wrapped up in things and so focused on the competition that I didn't get to think of home too much. Like you said, we had Saturday and Sunday off, but I wasn't able to come home like other people did. Thankfully, though, my parents were actually traveling about 4 weeks into the competition, and they stopped into Florida to say hi. So they got to watch one of the live shows, which was nice. It kind of broke it up a bit, so I was able to see them while I was in the show. But everyday life in the barracks, it was just a lot of training, like preparing food, training, lots of interviews. We were kept very busy with challenges and reality work, scene work. I enjoyed every minute.
That's great. Now, going into the show, what did you have any expectations? Did you think there was going to be more in-ring wrestling training